Boom, baby! Goodbye. Welcome back to more of Pokemon FireRed and Pokemon LeafGreen. Yeah. So, last time, we caught Zapdos. And it actually went a whole lot quicker than I anticipated, and we just kind of went around the place and just had a little bit of some fun. Everyone else had great. Anyway, this time, oh yeah, right. We also made our way to the Seafoam Islands as well, and just had kind of on that part. Wait, what did it just use? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What did it use? I'll look at that on the recording. Anyway, this time we are now heading south from Palatown. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, while we're having this fight with this brand new Pokemon, we have two new Pokemon for us to talk about here. So we're going to talk about those two right now. Starting off is Tangela. Fun fact, it is the first and only pure grass type Pokemon that you'll be finding in the game. Well, sort of. We'll be talking more about that one later. Tangela. Let's do this right out the bat. Don't use this. Okay, I'm not saying that it's a terrible Pokemon. You know that it kind of is. The reason why I see that is because it does not evolve, it does not know Ancient Power, and Tangrowth does not exist in this game. So, whoops! We are pretty much Arceus and how many knows it? Oh wait, never mind, Arceus doesn't exist in this game. Ah! Okay, never mind, I'm just grasping at straws and trying to make myself so better. All I can really say about Tangela is that while it has some great defense and has some great special offensive stats, it sadly falls flat when dealing with other Pokemon, especially since we're this late in the game. And as much as I really am thinking that it could have been great, the physical special split later on actually hurts it a little bit. So luckily for you, there are some moves in that it knows and that are special base, and that is exactly what you want to look for in any Tangela. Chlorophyll is very interesting. I say interesting mostly because that if you ever have a Sun Summoner on your team, well, there you go. You got one of the best ones in the class. Unfortunately, that's about for where the real positives and for our little friend here end. It's just nothing but a group of vines, and where you just another one hit to have unfortunate fun with it. I don't know if that really makes any sense, but this is Pokemon, nothing ever makes sense. Next up, only found through surfing, or excuse me, fishing with the Super Rod. Staryu! This thing has withstood the test of time. And I've been saying that in a lot of the fantastic ways. And this is still one of those great competitive God hits that even hits to this day. It evolves with the use of a Water Stone into Starmie, and just like with most of the other evolution Pokemon that requires a stone to evolve, it stops on learning moves, and the only moves that it knows to leveling up is Confuse Ray. Not terrible, it's just unfortunate. And also, just want to come on and quickly say this, Illuminate sucks! All it just does, it increases in the encountering rate ratio on this. Natural Cure is going to be the best ability that you're going to have with this thing because you just switch it on out and it heals up his status problems. Zippity-doo-dah. But, what it has with such terrible abilities, it also has such Gyarados is under level, should not be evolving yet. Oh yeah, right. Movesets! That's what I was trying to get. Movesets. If you are looking for any good moves to give him to both a Staryu and a Starmie, look no further than having either Zap Cannon, Thunder, Rain Dance, Psychic, and if you really think you can afford it, Swift is actually a pretty good move for you to keep it on. It's actually really nice. That being said, that's all you're ever really going to be going for with this particular Pokemon. It's okay, I guess, when it comes to dealing with such good abilities. But if you're going for one, just use Natural Cure and shut up. All in all, Staryu and Starmie have withstood the test of time, become competitive gods, and hell, even to this day, they are still seen as some of the absolute best of the Pokemon that you can find and use in almost any game. Oh, come on! Well, guess what? I'm having fish tonight! Inferno. Are you kidding me right now? You're having fish! You are having fish tonight! Oh my god, you are gonna lose to a Sea King! Thank you! I was about to say, if you have lost to that Sea King, Inferno, we're gonna have big problems. Like, really big problems. I got my eye on you. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I believe out here on well, he heads south from Palatown. I believe one of these trainers out here are a trainer of interest for us. Ah! Summoning a Satan! I'm not a Satanist. I just happen to know the summoning of him with those 3 numbers. Oh, God! We really need to get that better move on it soon. Actually, I never really looked into that again. I've been meaning to, just damn it! We'll just use the Giga Drain on this thing. I know I used a PP on him once before, and then we'll just suck it dry and have it just shut up. See? We're back at full health. Ronald. Dang! 10,008. Huh. If it was flipped upside down, I would have made a Dragon Ball reference. And I'm referring to it in the original manga that it's over 8,000, not 9,000. Error in localization. You know what? Weed Whacker? You're not gonna see a lot of good actions and what's gonna be coming up. So I guess we can use you for quite a while. Ah yes, here we go. Did we even count on one with a Seadra? I don't remember. But yeah, Seadra. It's a Pokemon of interest. We haven't seen one of these yet. Twister! Well, I guess it's fitting because you are the Dragon Hand Pokemon. At least I think it isn't according to the Pokédex entry. Only except you're a little too early for that. Tentacruel! There it is! There it is! Okay. I know sending out Wilma's gonna be a terrible idea. But at least I get to have fun doing this. Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. That sounds dangerous since we're out in the ocean. Haha! Got you right in the beak. Uh-oh. Yep. Ah! Ah! Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna continue what I'm doing. So, back to laughing. You wanna go for a bind off? Okay, I'll give you a bind. Constrict! Constrict! Look at this! I am exaggerating a little bit. I can't even speak right now. I got even kind of slobbering over myself on how stupid this is. Where's the water type move? Detach your tentacles and spill out your ink! Do something! You are a disappointment. Okay, I know I had a little too much fun with that. Aiyah! See, even he agrees. Oh, right, I remember fella. You know what? Risk it. You may have toxic ooze or liquid ooze. No, you do not. You have clear body. Right now, I'm in a triathlon meet. Aren't you a little further away from everyone for having a meeting? Oh, here we go. Pokemon of interest. Star you. We haven't seen one of these yet. Just use a Giga Drain. Suck the energy right out of your jewel face. Bet it doesn't feel so nice. Actually, no, I take it back. Misty had one. What am I talking about? Oh! Here we go! I guess I was just one Pokemon too early. Ah, come on! Okay. Now you're just gonna make him fun of me. Oh, wait. Duh! Hey, our freaking rival had one! Jeez, I am so slow today. Okay, to be fair, I don't even remember what all happened last week. Okay. So. Now, as I was saying, welcome everyone to Cinnabar Island. This place has a little bit of a interesting fact to it. We won't be seeing it until a little bit later on. Do I even have that anywhere in my notes? Hold on a moment. Forgot to do one little thing. There it goes. Okay, sorry about that. Had to make a quick update to my notes. I believe out here, you don't sell anything new. But that's okay. We'll be seeing new stuff a little bit later on down the road. It'll be a little bit discreet, but you'll see. So here's Cinnabar Island. A fiery town of burning desire. The first place where I would like to go to first is in here. What is the place called again? The Pokemon Lab. We were told about this a while back. Let's see here. Pokemon Lab testing room. Pokemon R&D room. Sure, it's not R&D. Okay. The meeting room. These guys. Do you have to have a Raichu? You're going to trade it for an Electro. We've kind of already talked about that one already, but not really. Do you have a Venonat? Do you want to trade it for my Tangela? You've already had a chance of finding one. But this guy, or not, there is an NPC that I would like to talk to. He has a new Pokemon that we haven't seen yet. I'll teach you a nifty move. Teach it to a Pokemon and watch it have fun unfold. We call Metronome. So, Metronome. None of my Pokemon can learn it. This is basically summoning a random move for the Pokemon that can use it. You can evolve between 1 or 3 kinds of Pokemon. Well, yes, we know that. There's a reason why we have this. I am going to deposit Weeping Bell for a moment. Nope. God damn it. There we go. Trust me, it'll make sense to you in just a moment. Because here in the test room, looking for the Pokemon Ponyta, or trying for my seal. Oh, it's backwards. It's backwards. So I'm going to say I'm just gonna get rid of that part real quick because apparently I'm an idiot box. We aren't supposed to see one of these quite yet. So I'm just going to say save you for later. Never mind. We haven't even got a chance to see a Ponyta yet. But we'll talk about that later. Hiya! I'm an important dodger. Yes, very much indeed so. Here, I study rare Pokemon fossils. All the time I study. You found a fossil for me. Oh, that is a Helix fossil. It is. It is a fossil of Omanite, a Pokemon that is already extinct. My resurrection machine will make that Pokemon live again. So, you hurry and give it to me back. I take a little while. Take a little time. You go for a walk in a little while. What you want to do is go to another room. Come back in here. You late. Where were you? The fossil back to life. It was Omanite, like I think. So, these Pokemon are gifted to you at level 5. If you want to use one of these Pokemon, have fun. We'll be talking about you guys in just a moment. If you ever want to look good for any fossil Pokemon, this is how you're doing it. Unfortunately, because then we don't have full access to dealing with a certain Pokemon Home app, we can't exactly do much of anything about it. At least by the time the video goes up. They did say they're going to work on trying to implement the ability to do this, but they just haven't gotten quite to that yet. Late, where were you? I went to go plow your mama. I'm just kidding, no I wouldn't. Okay. So, these Pokemon, like I said, are gifted to you at level 5. Raising them is gonna suck. You have the experience share. You know where you're gonna find good place to level up. Too bad you can't defeat any chances to get some of the best experiences in the game. Sucks to be you. So, now that I've finally gotten those, I would like to go over these Pokemon real quick. Starting things off with the Helix fossil that I used. You're going to get Omanite. All I can really say for this is that Shell Smash does not exist in this game. I know it's a big letdown. But when it lacks in with a great move like that, it makes it up for having 2 really nice abilities. Well, sort of. I guess that if you're ever looking for a good use of Omanite, then you're probably going to stick to be using Shell Armor. I consider Omanite to be the weakest when it comes into the use of Swift Swim. Mostly because it's more relying on defense rather than actual movement. It's not to say here that it's useless, I just say that it's odd. It evolves into Omastar at level 40, and this becomes your typical defensive wall and a really good special offensive user. I guess in a Swift Swim could be better with the use of Omastar, but we're a couple of generations too early for it to be at its truest potential. Ancient Power, of course, is a fantastic Rock-type move, and then you should also know Rock Slide. And heck, if you're looking for a good use of the Surfy user, well, here you go. That being said, it's slow as F. If you will want to go right ahead, it's just, it takes a while for it to fully evolve, and just, it is abysmal to use. Especially since we're about a couple of generations too early for this. with the use of the Dome Fossil, the one that I got, if you had chosen the latter, you would get Kabuto. Easily one of the better option to go for. I say that to it because it's more on the offensive and being a sweeper. And hey, good defense and what it starts off with. Note that I say starts off with though. I will say one thing. If you want one, this is the better user for the Swift Swim ability. And Battle Armor is actually not bad of an ability. It prevents critical hits, and you'll be dealing with a handful of bosses later on that could prioritize the critical moves. Like its counterpart, it evolves into Kabutops at level 40, and this becomes one of my absolute favorite Pokemon ever. This thing is a great sweeper, and if you want to use one for your team, have a rain dance on your team if you have one. It's great use with that Swift Swim. It makes it one of the fastest water rock types that you'll be seeing in the game. Or excuse me, rock and water types here, specific in this one. I was saving it until now though, but both of these Pokemon are having a crucial weakness to grass. It unfortunately is not part ground type, which I think is a better choice out of being a water and a rock type. That's not to say that it's bad, I'm just saying that it's strange. But, great Pokemon, great offensive capabilities, ain't two ways about it. Lastly, with the Amber Fossil, or Old Amber, whatever it's called. Aerodactyl! This thing, sadly, kinda sucks. Okay, I know that back in my FireRed Let's Not Play, but when I actually used one on my team, I never really gave it good thoughts on how I could really talk good about this. But I will say one thing though, if you do want one, make absolutely sure it has Rockhead for the ability. I don't know if you could just soft reset it to get it the ability that you want, but if you can, great. Rockhead prevents recoil damage, while pressure doubles the usage of the opponent's PPUs. As disgusting as that sounds. But what makes it for all that, it has some of the best offensive capabilities out of many rock types and out of most of the flying types as well. And I'm only just scratching the surface on this. This thing is one of the fastest Pokemon that you'll be finding in the game. And I love this thing more than most people. That being said, it does hold a major weakness to ice, which there's not really much up there that we can see for that as it is. But maybe you might be able to find some good use out of it. Just have fun leveling it up all the way until you can catch up with your team, which takes them like 20 hours to do so. Yay! Great Pokemon, just make sure that it does not have pressure, but Rockhead for the ability. You might prioritize in that a little bit more. Whew! And now, we come here to the Pokemon Mansion. This place has a dark history to it. It's dark. So, before we talk about the Pokemon real quick, let's kind of explore a little bit. We have a very interesting gimmick here. Found an escape rope. We have this barrier right here. We're going to be dealing with quite a bit of them. Just kind of look around a little bit. Why are you starting me? I thought you were a ghost. You don't get out much, do you? Or at least if you do, you're not exactly helping him with your own self-esteem there, buddy. So, we'll be venturing through quite a lot throughout this particular mansion. I don't know if we'll be getting through the entirety of the place in this episode, but I can at least try. while we're going through this fight, we have 4 new Pokemon for us to talk about. Ooh, it's like the Safari Zone all over the place before I started bringing it down with evolutions. Just, that was a nightmare to deal with. Anyway, starting things off, commonly more found in, I believe it's in LeafGreen. Or something like that. Yeah, who cares? You can find them both in both versions. First up is Grimer and its evolution of Muck. These are some of the best special walls that you will find in the game. That being said, it's kind of hard to use it because it takes a while for it to fully evolve. But if you manage to catch yourself a Muck, you have a pretty good choice to have. The one thing that kind of makes it more worthwhile getting is that it's coming armed with a signature ability of Stitch. This kind of accident like that of a Repel, but only hitable when it's in the front of the party. Is it really worth it though? Well, yes and no. I know Sticky Hold prevents you from losing your items, but there's hardly any Pokemon in this game that'll actually steal your items. You do technically get them back though, but if it's from a wild Pokemon, that's another story. But honestly, it's okay. But if you are willing to evolve a Grimer into a Muck at level 38, and don't you dare make any jokes about its name. You have a pretty decent special wall, but I think it's kind of outclassed a little bit by our next encounter, which I think is actually a little bit better. And what Pokemon would that be? Well, Coughing! And its evolution of Wheezing. All I can really say is, well, catch it. If you haven't found a good poison type for your team yet, you will find one here. What makes this one so different than its slimy counterpart, which sucks her goodness through a straw, I guess, or I guess toxic sludge, is that it starts off as a pretty defensive wall right off the bat, and unlike on certain poison types, it actually has a resistance to that. And oh wait, guess what? It's immune to ground because it has Levitate. Hallelujah! Evolving and Coughing into a Wheezing level 35 is actually okay, I guess. The only real big thing that really sets us off is that what has it in his lackluster attack, like a special attack, it only ever really is good for being a wall, a defensive wall. But all around, that's not bad. But did I mention that this thing can no explosion through leveling up? Counting it goes without saying that this thing is full of method and just waiting for it to go boom. Okay. So now we're starting to see some Pokemon that we haven't seen before because we own them. But, hey. Get some nice good experience. I pulsate your chest. That sounded disgusting. How do you pulse a chest? I don't think I want to know the answer to that now. Arnie. Oh no, my bag of loot! Caught you hook, line, and sinker. Found a zinc. This place is full of drugs. This! July 10th. We christened the newly discovered Pokemon Mew. We're seeing a little bit of some lore in this place. July 5th. Guyana, South America. A new Pokemon was discovered deep in the jungle. Oh, so this one was first, the one down there was last. Alright. Remember when I said this place that has some scary lore to it? Well, we're about to see a little bit more to it. Usually what I like to do is just kind of explore around, make sure I'm not missing anything. We want to hit these statues. There's sort of like a puzzle for how we're gonna be able to progress through the game. Well, in this particular dungeon. Let's see here. Found an iron. Remember what I said about drugs everywhere? Well, here you go. And that's when it hits you. These guys are drug traffickers! They come here to sell them the drugs to the people who desperately need them. How dare they? A mentor once lived here. Yeah. Take note what he said there for just a moment. My mentor used to live here. This mansion was once a place where scientists come to and do research. They also kind of doubled as kind of like a home to them. Don't tell me that Pokemon and games don't have dark stories. Alright. I don't know if you have a Pokemon of interest for us. Nope, you do not. Sure. Slash. Oh! That bad! Don't paralyze me, please. Rollout is a dangerous move. The more successful hits, it doubles the damage. Thank God it didn't do anything. Whew, overwhelming. Let's go down here real quick. I do not recommend him falling down here from... Nope. God! There we go. I do not recommend falling down in this hole. You want to fall down this hole. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Actually, no, never mind. You're not going to get that in a little bit. We're going to do it right now. Whee! Who are you? There shouldn't be anyone here. Dude? Have you checked the other levels? Because I'm pretty sure you're missing a handful of people who are upstairs. Alright, we'll go for a bite. Okay! I'm sorry! I won't cause any trouble. Oh, that was a critical hit. Wow, that did a lot bit more than I thought. Did we get another flinch? Nope. Okay. Ouch. Why is it because you fell too? Okay. We'll go ahead and heal really quick. I do need to move some of these items, because... Alright, that'll work. Alright. But a Carbos. Oh, actually, you know what? That just takes us back outside, but I don't want to do that. I want to come down here real quick. September the 1st. Mewtwo is far too powerful. He failed to curb his vicious tendencies. Uh-oh, where am I now? You're with me, dude. Here's D-Rock. And you got a Growlithe. And I got a Jade. And I used the wrong move on you. Good. Oh, good. Odor Sleuth. Like that's gonna do any good. Uh-oh. Thank God it didn't burn me. Jay's at level 39. Very, very nice. And you have a Ponyta. You are a trainer of interest I was thinking of. Because you have a Ponyta. You have not seen one of these yet. Yeah. Just gonna say this. Don't use fire type moves on it. I'll talk more about that when we get to talking to them. Going up. Oh, what? What? I could have used Metal Claw on you, but I'm not that desperate. Alright. Ow! Alright. Come over here. These repels, they are the bane of my friggin' existence. Alright, I'm halfway through them right now. A Forest Storm! First time seeing one of these. Alright, so we want to instead... We want to flip this switch. Let's go this way. Oh, what? How could I have seen you? That's not fair. Fine. I'll kick your nuts and I'll kick your bolts. I guess the secret killing keyword for Magnemite is bolts. Uh-oh. And I definitely know what you're going to be using. Sonic Boom. Yep. You have rollout, okay. That's certainly an odd choice. Got you right in the eye. What was that for? You attacked me! Alright, I don't want to go here yet. Instead, I want to come check in here real quick. TM14 Blizzard! I got a chance to see one of these. Wouldn't. Coming over here. A secret key. TM22 Solar Beam. First time seeing this. It's your turn in charging up grass type move. And it is powerful. Oh yeah, right, we got to hit that. Okay. So, they were saying from before that they had a Pokemon called Mewtwo. They have failed to keep it under control. And holy crap, I'm stuck in here, aren't I? I'll just hit this. This should get us out of here. There we go. So now we can come out from here. I believe there's something of interest. Okay, yeah, here we go. The secret key opens up the Cinnabar Island gem, which we'll be taking care of in the next episode, because I am actually all out of time for this video. So anyway, I can definitely tell you one thing. One of my Pokemon is sitting this out almost completely. And by that I mean 2. Weed Whacker and Peach. So anyway, I'm all out of time for this episode, so next time on Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen, we venture out into the Cinnabar Gym to see what else we can get ourselves into that might be dangerous. Michael Jackson style. See you guys then. I will never do that again.